Turn.
10 seconds.
Online. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
And the kickoff is going to come down at the 9-yard line. It's into the hands of Landon Fairbanks. He's out across the 20, out to about the 25, maybe the 26-yard line before he's tripped up there by the Bloom-Carrol Bulldogs. And the Warren Warriors will get their first possession now. First down and 10 from their own 26-yard line. Already trailing 7-0 in this one.
Big run that set up the touchdown. Chase Plants, 38-yard run that would eventually set up a 4th and goal from the 2 plunge in. And Andy, we'll see what the Warriors offense can muster up tonight without the services of Jason Williams.
Taylor Bowers will be the starting running back. Fairbanks is out there as well for the Warriors behind Trent Taylor, and a whistle and a stoppage of play.
Looks like a little motion up front
and
on the Warriors.
False start is going to be the call against the Warren Warriors.
Looked like on the left side of the line, saw a bit of motion early as we had Fairbanks coming across. Actually, excuse me, I believe that was Cressy, man in motion.
So move the ball back 5 yards, back to the 21-yard line. It'll bring up first down and 15.
Keep an eye on 61. Luke Farrell, 2-time All-Ohio defensive lineman.
So first down and 15 for the Warriors. 2 backs beside Taylor, and the handoff is going to go to Fairbanks. And a flip back to Taylor and a little flea flicker, and it is going to be incomplete as a couple of receivers are right there in the area for the Warriors. Dennis Petty and Caleb Burns.
The bit of trickery on the play there, Andy, as the Warren Warriors, to get something going tonight, may just have to throw everything they have at them. And like getting the defense on their heels early with the flea flicker.
Second down and 15, and Taylor will send a man in motion, takes the snap, and will fake the handoff and swings it out to the right. It's caught out there by Hunter Grimm out to about the 24-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up third down and 12.
Nice catch by Grimm. Junior really felt like he came on the last few games of the season.
So it is third down and 12. Now for the Warriors, 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right, and a back beside Taylor, who's back to throw, looking, goes across the middle. It's a screen, knocked around, almost caught, then almost intercepted, and will eventually fall harmlessly to the ground.
Yeah, Andy, that was just up there for grabs for anyone who could come down with it. Thankfully for the Warriors, not the Bulldogs. However, unfortunately for the Warriors, again, we've seen a number of times this year them having problems getting that screen off, and actually it's a lot of it been the transfer this year.
So Burns back to punt the football away. Wisecarver stands back at his own 40-yard line. Snap is a little high, and the kick is way up in the air, and it's going to bounce and take a Bloom-Carrol roll, and it's going to roll dead. They're at about the Warren 38-yard line. So a short field to start here for the Bloom-Carrol Bulldogs on their second possession of the evening, already leading 7-0.
Well, and Andy, they had 3 guys right up on the face of the kicker, and that is hard to get much of a boot. I'm actually surprised he was able to get a leg into that and put something that wasn't just a bit of a squib, a line drive, on it.
So first down and 10 for the Bulldogs, and a pass over the middle is going to be tipped, incomplete, tipped by Carson Gandy. And then pass intended for Cooper Stortz, but it'll fall incomplete and bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs. 8:25 to go here, first quarter. Bloom-Carroll leading 7-0 over the Warren Warriors.
Benedict, not a big quarterback, 5'8", able to move a lot, and he's got a completion there.
And that completion is going to go to Wisecarver. And it's going to be inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
They can pass it. They can run it. This is a dynamic offense.
So it's 3rd down and 3 now for the Bulldogs. And back to throw. A flag is going to come in just not long after the snap. And a pass is going to be caught by Wisecarver. He's going to break a tackle, and he's going to spin his way and get inside the 15 down to about the 11-yard line. But we will see what this penalty flag is about.
Yeah, I think this one might be coming back on a hold. J.T. Rice, nice job just in case it wasn't. It was not. That's going to go against the Warriors.
It's a sideline warning against the Warren Warriors, and now we have an injured Bloom-Carroll Bulldog down, so we will take a timeout as well with 7:44 to go here in the first quarter. It's Bloom-Carroll 7, Warren nothing. You're listening to Warren Warrior Playoff Football on ESPN Radio.
There's always a handy app on your phone for weather, directions, and typically you can ask Siri anything. But the Ohio Valley Cab and Delivery Service app offers added convenience. After you register, at the touch of a button, you can get traditional cab service, mail and grocery runs, and special deliveries. And it's not a drone. It's a real person in a real car driving you safely over the river and, well, you know, wherever you need to go. 740-374-TAXI, and now with the Ohio Valley Cab app.
The Hickory Grove Country Market is more than meets the eye. On the outside, it appears to be your typical gas station, selling all grades of gasoline, including diesel. But step inside and you'll find a convenience store, full grocery store, and a deli and pizza counter. And now Hickory Grove features all regular fresh cuts of meat from Staley Countryside Meat Company. So whether you need to fill up at the pump, to grab a quick meal, or to stock the kitchen pantry, stop into Hickory Grove Country Market, located on 339 in Vincent.
Jaden Ball, the injured Bulldog, he gets off on the field under his own power. The penalty against the Warren Warriors is a sideline warning, and so the play counts down to the 10-yard line. 1st and goal for the Bulldogs. Back to throw, and the ball is tipped and almost intercepted. Ball tipped at the line of scrimmage, then trying to come down with it was Owen Thompson.
Dennis Petty was the man through the line tipping that, I believe, and if that would have been Thompson's first interception in a Warriors uniform, that would have felt real nice for it to have happened in the playoffs.
Incomplete pass will bring up 2nd down and goal from the 10-yard line. And Benedict back to throw, looking over the middle, still flush from the pocket, then finds a receiver inside the 5, shuffles his way into the end zone for the touchdown is Branyan Dodds.
6'1", 166 junior. And another successful drive for the Bulldogs, showing why they are the #1 seed in the region.
And all of a sudden, it is 13-0 in favor of the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs, and set to kick the extra point once again, Trayton McKee. Ball is down, kick is up, and the kick is good as well. So with 7 minutes and 27 seconds to go here in the first quarter from Bloom-Carroll High School, it's the Bulldogs 14, the Warren Warriors nothing. You're listening to Warren Warrior Football on ESPN Radio.
Welcome to the Fry Dental Group, where total smile care begins with a comprehensive approach to oral health and ends with a beautiful, memorable smile. Dr. Brett Fry, Dr. Elena Perry, and Dr. Derek Howe continue to pursue the latest professional education and excellence to ensure you receive the best dentistry available. From repairing damaged teeth to same-day crowns, sleep apnea solutions, and complete smile makeovers, the focus at Fry Dental Group is to deliver the most advanced professional care available. Learn more at frydental.com and at 1309 Green Street in Marietta.
Apple Tree
Tree Assisted Living in Barlow and Beverly offers real comfort for older adults. Apple Tree Assisted Living has cozy surroundings with only 15 people living in each home. It allows older adults to truly feel at home. Whether it's relaxing by the fireplace with a warm cup of tea or enjoying a favorite entree, you'll feel the Apple Tree difference. A comfortable home with a caring staff, great food, and a neighborhood setting. At Apple Tree Assisted Living, you'll feel special. Apple Tree Assisted Living in Barlow and Beverly, we do senior living right.
And we welcome you back to Bloom-Carroll High School. The kickoff comes down into the hands of Landon Fairbanks, and he's going to get out across the 20-yard line where he's stopped there by a bunch of Bulldogs. Ball comes loose, but the referees say that he was, in fact, down prior to losing the football. And so Warren will keep possession, first down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Well, Andy, we saw a little bit of going into the bag on the first attempt, first offensive possession for the Warriors, opening up the game with the flea flicker. You know what? I like it, and I like the effort so far. You know you are a big underdog in this one. You're going to play a very talented team. Go out there, have some fun with it.
First down and 10 for the Warriors. Taylor will send a man in motion, and then we'll pitch it back to Bowers, and Bowers is going to be barreled behind in the backfield.
Well, I mentioned him just a moment ago. If I'm not mistaken, that was their
Luke Farrell.
Yeah. The defensive end, who I don't know if he is committed to the next level yet at any certain institution, but boy, two-time All-Ohio selection, you would think he'll be playing on a Saturday next year.
The loss goes back to the 15-yard line. It'll bring up second down and 17 for the Warren Warriors. Taylor from the shotgun once again. He sends a man in motion and will hand the ball off right up the middle, out to about the 20-yard line. Goes Taylor Bowers on the carry. They're going to give him to the 19-yard line, 4 yards on the carry. So it'll bring up third down and 13. Now, and stuck in third and long once again here.
Yeah, they sure are, and what a defense the Bulldogs have. It is probably going to be tough for the Warriors to get a whole lot going.
Taylor from the shotgun, back to throw, looking. He's in trouble, and he's going to be flushed from the pocket, but then he's going to escape, and he's going to look and almost catching it as Petty out at about the 35-yard line. But it's in and out of his hands, and he had to dive for it a little bit. And so the incomplete pass brings up fourth down and 13, and the Warriors will punt the football away once again.
Farrell was chasing Taylor down, and a surprisingly good pass. And maybe not surprising, we know that Taylor has a rocket, but good accuracy on that nearly a big completion.
A high snap, and Burns gets the kick off. It's going to bounce at the 45-yard line and take a Warrior bounce into Bloom-Carroll territory, and it's going to be down at about the 37-yard line, where the Bulldogs will take over first and 10 now for their third possession of this first quarter. They scored touchdowns on their first two, and they lead 14-0.
Andy, taking a look at their stats on the way up here with our camera guy, Kyle. Give him a shout-out early on in this one. Taking a look through their offensive statistics is absolutely just incredible. You look at it, and they are balanced in terms of their success as well. As much success through the air as on the ground.
3 receivers, and the handoff will go right up the gut and into Warrior territory and inside the 45, still on his feet, inside the 40, down to the 35-yard line is the running back of the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs. That is Dylan Armentrout.
Nice run there.
And in fact, that's going to be a gain of about 27 yards on that carry. So first down and 10. The handoff is going to go to Armentrout once again. He's going to try and turn the left corner. He does, and gets inside the 30, down to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. They're going to mark it actually at the 30-yard line.
What a pair of backs they have here in Bloom-Carroll. Armentrout and Plants. Armentrout a bit smaller in stature, but I dare say more explosive.
2nd down and 5 at the 30-yard line, and the handoff is going to go to Wisecarver right from the snap, and he's going to turn the corner and get inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line for a gain of 7 for Wisecarver and a 1st down for the Bulldogs.
He's one of 12 seniors they have here, much like the Warren Warriors. A dozen in grade 12, heading out into the real world or college.
So 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs, 4:46 to go in the 1st quarter. Bloom-Carroll leading 14-0. And the handoff will go to Armentrout, and he's going to be pushed forward inside the 20 down to about the 18-yard line. Give him about 3 yards on that carry. Going to bring up 2nd down and 7.
Really nice job by Owen Thompson to get in there and wrap him up. There was a little bit of a delay on the transition there, and here's a flag from the far side.
As the defensive line of the Warren Warriors jumped into the neutral zone. So tack 5 yards on here, and instead of 2nd and 7, we're at 2nd and 2.
We've talked a lot in the last few games about these younger Warren Warriors really showing up down the stretch and making some plays. And I got to say that I like the growth of Owen Thompson. It seems like in the last half of the season we were calling his name a lot. Some pretty big plays for the Warriors.
So 2nd down and 2. Benedict in the shotgun once again. He's back to throw, looking over the middle. It's caught inside the 10-yard line.
Looks like Brandon Totten on the reception.
That is Brandon Totten on the reception. And it's going to be down to the 8-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down for the Bulldogs and 1st and goal for the Bulldogs as we roll inside of 4 minutes to go here in the 1st quarter. And now the handoff is going to go once again up the middle to Armentrout, and he's going to break a tackle and get into the end zone for the touchdown.
A couple of tackles, and that was Dennis Petty who hit him in the backfield. Armentrout, as I mentioned earlier, not very large in stature, able to duck under the big man, fight him off, and then find a blocker on that left side of the field and manage to get himself into the end zone. It's the 3rd different Bulldog with a touchdown tonight. Comes at the 3:50 mark here in quarter number 1.
And the kick is up, and the kick once again is good. So with 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter, it is now Bloom-Carroll 21, Warren nothing. You're listening to Warren Warrior Football on ESPN Radio.
Some interesting facts about golf from Lakeside Golf Course. Walter Hagen is considered to be the very first professional golfer. Hagen made his living in the 1920s as a golf pro, teaching lessons to amateurs. And think about this, with so much money being won on today's men's and women's golf tours. In 1962, Jack Nicklaus received his first ever check from a PGA golf event when he won $33.33 at the LA Open. Lakeside Golf Course in Beverly. Call 740-984-4265 for your tee time.
At Staley Countryside Meat Company, we approach each processing order with individual care and attention. We take special pride in our work to make sure you are satisfied with the meat product that ends up on your kitchen table. Call Staley Countryside Meat Company today at 740-989-2076 to schedule your meat processing needs. We also do our best to accommodate special requests from cutting to wrapping. Staley Countryside Meat Company, we're a cut above the rest.
And the kickoff for the Bulldogs is going to come up in the hands of Fairbanks at about the 12-yard line. He's going to pick it up on a bounce and get out across the 20 to about the 24-yard line before he's knocked down there by a couple of Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs. And Warren will start with their 3rd possession of the night at the 24-yard line.
Well, Warriors yet to really find a whole lot, and
3 and out on both their first 2 possessions.
I tell you what, might be the best individual defensive player that they have came across this year. One of them at least, maybe since they played Fort Fry, they've seen someone as good as Luke Farrell.
First down and 10, and the handoff is going to go to Bowers, and he's going to be barreled up by the interior of that Bulldog defensive line. They're going to maybe give him a yard. Actually, they're going to say he lost a yard for first and 10 from the 24 back to the 23-yard line. So Bowers loses a yard on that play, and it'll bring up second down and 11. And it's no good when you have to play behind the sticks.
No, certainly not. And at this point, the Bulldogs have pretty much forced Warren to do so every play of the game.
So second down and 11. Taylor will send a man in motion. He's back to throw, looking. He's going to throw out the screen. It's going to be intended for Fairbanks, but it is going to be incomplete through his hands. And it'll bring up third down and 11.
Play we've seen the Warriors try to incorporate in a lot with Jason Williams, of course, with his speed this year, being able to break one from just about anywhere on the field. That can really be a weapon. Hasn't really materialized elsewhere, though.
So third down and 11 now. 2:55 to go here in the first quarter. 21-0 in favor of the Bloom-Carrol Bulldogs. Taylor from the shotgun is going to back to throw and roll out to his right and look, and it is going to be intercepted. That one is going to be picked off there by Bo Wisecarver.
Senior's having himself a nice start to his postseason. He's played a pretty big role in the offensive force tonight that has put 21 points on the board and a little less than 10 minutes of actual game time.
And
now an interception.
And Bloom-Carrol will start first and 10 from the Warren 35-yard line. And the handoff is going to go to Plant. Actually, no. Benedict's going to keep it himself, and he's got some running room, and he is going to speed his way into the end zone for the touchdown. KJ Benedict, a 35-yard run.
And the lights going into strobe mode again. Andy, I think this one might even be featuring a new pattern with those flashing lights, and I hope there's plenty of them because this team can score in a hurry. How about that, Andy?
So we have not even played 10 minutes of clock time, and Bloom-Carrol has put their 4th touchdown on the board. And the kick is up, and the kick is good once again. So 2 minutes, 39 seconds to go in just the first quarter here from Bloom-Carrol High School. It's the Bulldogs 28 and the Warren Warriors nothing. You're listening to Warren Warrior Playoff Football on ESPN Radio.
Looking to locate a business in the Mid-Ohio Valley? Seems there's a lot of that going around. And at Wetz Companies, we can simplify the process. For 80 years, Wetz Companies have been a local family-owned business specializing in third-party logistics. Wetz has buildings and land for development, including 480 acres with river and rail access. They offer building solutions that cater to oil and gas industries, bulk commodities, river cement, and warehouse distribution. Visit WetzCompanies.com to learn more or to make an inquiry. Wetz, for more than 8 decades, offering trusted business solutions.
In sports, free agents are free to find a team that offers the best deal. That's why Grange only sells their coverages through independent insurance agents. They're free to find the best team to protect your auto, home, or business.
Mr. Joe Walters considers Grange the go-to company for a combination of great value and outstanding claim service. Hi, this is Dustin Becker of Mr. Joe Walters Insurance. Give us a call or visit one of our offices at 5th Street, Beverly, or 2nd Street in Marietta.
Products not available in all states.
So the kickoff comes down to Landon Fairbanks at about the 15-yard line. He's going to get his way out across the 30, out to about the 33-yard line, where he's knocked down there as they waste no time putting the ball back in play here after a score. And
Well, there's been plenty of them so far for the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs. The last one, what a run by the quarterback, KJ Benedict. He's having himself a night. He's already thrown for a touchdown, and I feel like that was a bit of a Kyler Murray impersonation as we come up on Halloween here.
So first down and 10 for the Warriors. They'll have the ball at their own 34-yard line, where they'll start first and 10. And
looks like they're going to have a bit of a moment here to reset the clock. 10 seconds needed to come back on there.
So first down and 10 for the Warriors. And now kind of a full house backfield there with Taylor. And the handoff is going to go to Bowers. And he's not going to get anywhere as well either. And so, again, second and long coming up for the Warriors. Boy, and this Trayton McKee, the kicker for the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs, is getting quite a workout already.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. He is, and this Bulldogs defense is quite impressive. They've held their opponents to under a touchdown per game on average. And they're already over halfway to their 39.3 per game scoring average themselves. So coming up all Bulldogs as they start their postseason run.
Second down and 10. Taylor back to throw across the middle. Intended for Petty. Tipped in and then intercepted. And it's picked off by the Bulldogs. And on his way back and into the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown is Brandon Totten.
Wow. This one, Andy, a bit out of hand already, but you got to be impressed with the performance that the Bulldogs are putting on right now. Also have to be impressed, as I said, with the theatrics of this new lighting system they have in Bloom-Carroll. I know Chris mentioned, don't they have a similar new lighting system out in Waterford? And
well, I know they have new LED lights at Waterford. I don't know if they do the strobing thing like they have been here.
Well, I suppose we could find out tomorrow night. How about the Cats hosting Connaughton Valley? Caldwell and Frontier tomorrow. And a kick blocked.
Hey, the PAT is no good. So with a minute 29 to go in the first quarter, it's Bloom-Carroll 34 and Warren nothing. You're listening to Warren Warrior Playoff Football on ESPN Radio.
The Esmond Shade Series is back at Marietta College. Don't miss the brilliant and powerful singer-songwriter and musician Amethyst Key on Sunday, November 14th at 3 p.m. in the Dyson Botto Recreation Center. To ensure everyone's health and safety, the college requires all audience members to properly wear face masks and proof of COVID-19 vaccination for anyone inside the venue. Like all Esmond Shade performances, the Amethyst Key concert is free and open to the public. Doors open 45 minutes prior to the concert, and vaccination cards will be checked prior to admittance.
Hi, it's Robin from the Citizens Bank Company. There are many ways to save money at the bank. If you are 55 years of age or older, take advantage of no minimum balance and no monthly maintenance fees on our Prestige 55 checking account. You will get your first 2 boxes of checks for free. We are here for what matters. For over 150 years, we have been providing first-class service on a first-name basis. Stop by and visit us at any of our 5 convenient locations, or for more information, visit us online at thecitizens.com. See you soon. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And another kickoff into the hands of Fairbanks. He picks it up at the 16-yard line. He's going to lose the football as it gets knocked out of his hand. And a scrum for the football. And
I think a bounce might have just went Warrior way.
They do recover the football.
Andy, what an impressive team these Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs are. We knew they were good. We knew they were good. 34 points in the first quarter, 28 of them coming from their offense and a pick 6.
Well, and I mean, when I talked to Coach Wade Bartholomew, he alluded, it's like, you know, this is how we've gotten here is we don't overlook anybody. I mean, they shut out a team in the week 9 that was undefeated.
Wow.
And shut them out. So the handoff is going to go to Bowers out across to about the 24-yard line.
And taking a look at that lineup tomorrow, how about a D7 Saturday? Caldwell, Frontier, Waterford, Connaughton Valley, River, Monroe Central. And, of course, the Fort Fry Cadets in action.
Yeah, it was Taze Valley back in week 9 that they shut out 49-0, and Taze Valley was 8-0 coming into that game.
Incredible.
So, second down and 8 for the Warriors at their own 24-yard line. Taylor is going to fake the handoff and then roll out to his right. He's under pressure, and he's finally going to throw it, and it's going to end up nowhere. And they're going to check and see if there was a receiver close. And they're going to call intentional grounding against Trent Taylor.
Well, are they picking it up, or they may?
No, the flag is still down. Intentional grounding, because there's no throwaway rule. You can't throw the football away.
Ah, I see. I see.
I mean, he may have been trying to find a receiver, but the closest receiver was still about 10 yards downfield, and they didn't deem that close enough. So a loss of down and a penalty all the way back to the 14-yard line will bring up third down and about 24 with just under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Taylor from the shotgun with receivers out to each side. He's going to pitch it back, and it's going to go to Bowers, and he's going to get it out to about maybe the 13 or 14-yard line. Only a gain of 2 on the play. And it'll be fourth down and a punting situation once again, and the Warriors will not have to run another play here in the first quarter. So we have played 12 minutes of football here from Bloom-Carroll High School, and it's the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs 34, the Warren Warriors nothing. You're listening to Warren Warrior Playoff Football on ESPN Radio.
Not all cabinets are created equal. Rouse cabinets can get a better value with expert craftsmanship at an affordable price. This isn't particle board you'll see in the big box stores. This is true quality custom cabinetry for your kitchen, bathroom, home office, living room, and much more at competitive prices, fully installed. Better value, better cabinets. Rouse Cabinets, State Route 550 in Fleming. Call for a free estimate, 678-2211. Online at rauchscabinetsllc.com.
It's 360 degrees of perfection. Lakeside Golf Course is the best conditioned public course in the Mid-Ohio Valley, known for friendly service. Join a league or take a lesson from the golf pro at Lakeside Golf Course on State Route 60, just 1 mile south of Beverly. Call 984-4265. 984-4265. Flawless Lakeside Golf Course. 360 degrees of perfection. Online at lakesidegolfcourse.net.
And we welcome you back to Bloom-Carroll High School. Andy Rex along with Shawn Jones as we get start the second quarter here. And the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs show that they're a little more than just bark in the first quarter.
Yeah, Andy, they are the real deal. 34 points in 12 minutes. A pick 6.
And a bad snap is going to go out of the end zone and a safety.
Well, 36 points in 12 minutes and 55 seconds.
And 5 seconds.
Or 12 minutes and 5. Wow, Andy, just...
As the snap went back to Burns, he tried to gather it in and throw it, but his foot stepped on the back line of the end zone prior to him throwing the pass, and so that results in a safety.
Well, that's how quarter number 2 is going to get underway. 1 play in, and the Bulldogs have already put points on the board. It's their 8th defensive point of the evening. I tell you what, Andy, it's one of these nights where I almost feel like we could get just a little break in the weather just so I can see the Warriors with a dry football for the first time in about a month.
No kidding. It went from blazing hot to rainy.
Yeah.
Like from
blazing hot to possibly Seattle in no time at all.
So now the Warriors will set up and they will kick the ball away, teeing it up at the 20-yard line. It's a free kick. They can punt it or choose to kick off, and at this point they are choosing to kick off. So Burns has the ball teed up at the 20-yard line, and Wisecarver and Armentrout back, standing both about their own 25-yard line, and it's going to come to an up back at the 45-yard line, and across midfield and to the 45-yard line is Cooper Stortz, the 6'1", 195-pound senior. And Bloom-Carroll will start 1st and 10 from the Warren 45-yard line.
Well, the offense is a juggernaut. And so far it's not been an if, but when they score and how many plays.
Bloom-Carroll has scored on every possession that they have had the football so far this evening.
And a few of Warren's.
Benedict is going to hand the ball off to Stotts. Or to Plants, I should say. And he's going to get inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line. So that's going to be a run of 17 yards for Plants. And a 1st and 10 and a quick snap again. Benedict keeps it himself and turns off to his left and gets inside the 20 down to about the 17-yard line. And that's going to be another 10-yard gain and a 1st down for the Bulldogs as they line up and are just about ready to go once again here. Still 25 seconds on the 40-second clock. Benedict takes the snap. He's back to throw, looks over the middle, and it is going to be thrown incomplete. Nobody within 10 yards of it. The pass probably intended for Cooper Stortz, but he was back at the 5-yard line, and the pass was about 4 yards deep in the end zone.
Yeah, someone didn't know exactly which play they were on, I would have to imagine, when you see a ball that far incomplete, and especially in this offense that seems to be pretty much on its game tonight.
So 2nd down and 10, and Benedict takes the snap and will hand the ball off to Plants once again, and he is going to book his way into the end zone, 18 yards for the Bloom-Carroll touchdown.
Well, surprisingly, first Bulldog to have multiple touchdowns on the night.
And wait, there was a, hang on, there was a penalty flag on the play, so wipe it out.
How about that?
I didn't see what the penalty was, but as I look back, and they're marking the ball back at about the 17-yard line, so it must have been an illegal block in the back downfield somewhere. A holding penalty against the Bulldogs, so wipe away the touchdown, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
One of the few mistakes they've made so far, Andy.
Might be the only mistake I've seen so far. The handoff is going to go to Plants once again. He's only going to get to about the 15-yard line.
Oh, and Thompson in there on the tackle.
As this rain is just, it looks like it's just a real heavy mist, but it is coming down.
Yeah, sure is. I will say every once in a while when the breeze shifts our direction, you get the full concession stand, including the grill out in front right up in the old nostrils, and it smells delicious. I cannot wait. 10.5 minutes till halftime. Let's Let's run this clock now.
So it's 3rd down and 8 back at the 18. Benedict is going to be flush in the pocket, back to throw, and he scrambles, gets out of trouble, and still is going to throw, and it is going to be caught. It's caught.
Wow.
Down at the 2-yard line. That one is caught by Andrew Marshall. And it's going to bring up 1st down and goal for the Bulldogs.
I thought he was going to lose his footing back around the 35-yard line or so, but wow, what a play. This quarterback, I tell you, he is something special on this offense.
And he's just a sophomore, or he's a junior. KJ Benedict, he's a junior. And the handoff is going to go to Plants, and he's going to barrel his way forward. He's going to be short of the goal line by about a half a yard. So it's going to bring up 2nd and goal from inside the 1-yard line. And the handoff will go to Plants once again. He's going to take it into the end zone for the touchdown from a yard out. And this time there isn't a penalty flag. So put another 6 on the board for the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs, and it's 42-0. And they decided not to flash the lights this time.
Yeah, I guess maybe trying to save some money on the electric bill or something, Andy. I'm not sure, but 42 points in this one, Andy, and just a little over 14 and a half minutes of game time.
And so another extra point attempt. This one up and good. So with 9 minutes and 25 seconds to go here in the first half, it is Bloom-Carroll 43, Warren nothing. You're listening to High School Playoff Football on ESPN Radio.
At Honest Fred's Flooring, we help folks with the secrets to remodeling. Step 1, get started. Step 2, determine where you spend most of your time. Step 3, start from the ground up. That's where we come in. Once you start, you'll be amazed how everything else takes care of itself. Honest Fred's Flooring, we're here to help every step of the way. Find us in Marietta, Parkersburg, and Spencer.
Take a small drive to big savings.
The Hickory Grove Country Market is more than meets the eye. On the outside, it appears to be your typical gas station, selling all grades of gasoline, including diesel. But step inside and you'll find a convenience store, full grocery store, and a deli and pizza counter. And now Hickory Grove features all regular fresh cuts of meat from Staley Countryside Meat Company. So whether you need a fill-up at the pump, to grab a quick meal, or to stock the kitchen pantry, stop into Hickory Grove Country Market, located on 339 in Benson.
And we welcome you back to Bloom-Carroll High School in I can't describe it as a monsoon, but it's a pretty heavy rain, and there's a kickoff, and it's going to drive Fairbanks back to the 7-yard line, where he's going to get it out across the 15, still on his feet, out to about the 20-yard line where he stopped there. And Warren will get the ball 1st down and 10 from their own 20-yard line, trailing 43-0.
All Bulldogs in this one, and an impressive night. And we're only about a quarter of the way plus through it. You know, a bit of experience for these mainly younger Warriors, and you know, one last hurrah with the guys, so to speak, for those dozen outgoing seniors.
1st down and 10 for the Warriors, and a whistle will stop play prior to the snap. It's thrown by the referee, and it's going to be a false start against the Warren Warriors, so move the ball back to the 15-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 15, still with 9 minutes and 17 seconds to go here in the first half. Stick around. Coming up at halftime, we will recap the scoring, take a look at some of the stats. Skip Mossick and the Tonight in Ohio High School Football halftime show coming your way as well. And his guest tonight, the one and only John Cooper, former head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes.
How about that?
So first down and 15, and the handoff is going to go to Bowers. He's not going to get anywhere and have to like it.
Well, after this one, I suppose I have the choice with the ride home being about 90 minutes. Do I tune in to Dan Schulman, Eduardo Perez on the ESPN radio call, or do we go with Joe Buck and John Smoltz, as I am a Braves fan? Find a TV feed, and how am I taking in the World Series tonight?
Second down and 15 for the Warriors. And Taylor's back to throw, looking flush from the pocket. Now he's in trouble, and he's going to go back, and he's going to find his receiver, Petty, and out to the 15-yard line. So all that for no gain on the play.
Showed off some spectacular dance moves, though.
Braves and Astros, Game 3 of the World Series, will follow our broadcast here on ESPN Radio. That first pitch still about 25 minutes away or so.
Mm-hmm.
As it's third down and 15 now for the Warren Warriors at their own 15-yard line. And Taylor is back to throw once again, and he's over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. And that'll bring up fourth down once again for the Warren Warriors.
First time where I feel like Taylor's had an opportunity to throw the ball without a Bulldog in his face. This defense, something else. This football team in general, something else. And I don't know how the rest of the bracket shakes up. That's something. Tune into the wrap-up show tomorrow morning. I know Chris will have a little more insight than I do on that for sure. And but I'd have to say this Bloom-Carroll team, you have to think deep playoff run might be in their future.
Well, I mean, they have taken an extra step each of the past 3 years. They went to the regional semifinals 3 years ago, the regional finals last year, won the region last year, or 2 years ago went to the regional finals. Last year won the region and went to the state semifinals before losing. And Coach Bartholomew thinks that this really could be their year.
Well, I got to tell you what, the machine appears to be ticking on all cylinders right now. And how about, defensively, there's just nothing there for the Warriors tonight. Offensively, what a performance.
And throwing and catching the ball inside the 10-yard line is Corey Casto, number 7.
His first catch of the evening.
So after this, Bloom-Carroll will take on either Marengo Highland or Columbus Linden McKinley in the second round. That second round game would be, again, back here at Bloom-Carroll High School, as the OHSAA using host sites for the first 2 rounds of the playoffs before they move to neutral sites in the regional semifinals. So it's first down and goal from the 10-yard line. A toss and into the end zone, incomplete. Intended for Bo Wisecarver.
Pretty well defended there by Landon Fairbanks, able to get up in to the body of Wisecarver, get the ball, knock it out. That was a nice little pass floated in there by Benedict. Kyler Murray, a good model to I guess use to describe kind of the shorter, mobile, still great arm quarterback.
Second down and 10. The swing pass out to Wisecarver. A flag comes in. He's going to be knocked down short of the goal line at about the 2-yard line, but the penalty flag is going to be thrown and back at the 5-yard line, and the penalty is going to go against the Bulldogs. We're waiting for the official signal. It is a hold against Bloom-Carroll. So mark the ball back 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and We'll go back to about the 15-yard line. It'll be second down and goal once again from the 15-yard line. 7 minutes, 14 seconds to go here in the first half. 43-0 in favor of Bloom-Carroll.
Bulldogs, a couple of penalties that have backed them up when they've been near the goal line. Hasn't deterred them, though.
And now a bad snap and a flag thrown at the snap, and a pass into the end zone is incomplete.
Looks like a
illegal formation, I think, is going to be the call, as Bloom-Carroll did not have 7 men on the line of scrimmage. So mark them back 5 more yards, and it'll bring up second down and goal from the 20-yard line.
Well, Andy, maybe some kind of handicap would make things a little bit more difficult, I guess. We'll see.
So they've got third down and goal at the 5th. Oh, Warren declined the penalty and decided to make it third down and 15, and they just gave 5 of it right back. Maybe they should have taken the penalty.
Yeah, maybe so.
Although I think that might have been the right decision to decline the penalty anyway, to make it third down. But now it's third down and goal from the 11-yard line. Benedict in the shotgun with 3 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left, and a back beside him. Looking over for the play call. Still 15 seconds on the 40-second clock. And he'll take the snap, and he's back to throw. Looking, he's going to swing it over the middle. It's going to be juggled and incomplete, as it's juggled and then in and out of the hands of a Warren Warrior, and then falls down to the ground. And so a bit of a win here for the Warriors, as they're going to hold Bloom-Carroll to a field goal opportunity here.
That's right, and been looking forward to seeing a field goal opportunity for Trayton McKee.
Ball is going to be put down at the 18-yard line, so it'll be a 28-yard field goal attempt. Ball is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So 3 more points on the board for Bloom-Carroll, and with 6:56 to go here in the first half, it's the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs 46, the Warren Warriors nothing. You're listening to Warren Warrior Playoff Football on ESPN Radio.
Hi, it's Robin from the Citizens Bank Company. There are many ways to save money at the bank. If you are 55 years of age or older, take advantage of no minimum balance and no monthly maintenance fees on our Prestige 55 checking account. You will get your first 2 boxes of checks for free. We are here for what matters. For over 150 years, we have been providing first-class service on a first-name basis. Stop by and visit us at any of our 5 convenient locations, or for more information, visit us online at thecitizens.com. See you soon. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Apple Tree Assisted Living in Barlow and Beverly offers real comfort for older adults. Apple Tree Assisted Living has cozy surroundings with only 15 people living in each home. It allows older adults to truly feel at home. Whether it's relaxing by the fireplace with a warm cup of tea or enjoying a favorite entree, you'll feel the Apple Tree difference. A comfortable home with a caring staff, great food, and a neighborhood setting. At Apple Tree Assisted Living, you'll feel special. Apple Tree Assisted Living in Barlow and Beverly, we do senior living right.
So set to kick off once again is Trayton McKee. He has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. And he puts a foot into it, and it's going to come back and bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So Warren will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. It is 46-0 in favor of the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs, and still just under 7 minutes to go here in the first half.
Going to key their freshman kicker. I want to see where he's at in a few years. Looks like he effortlessly put that one in from 28 and just knocked one on a bounce at around, the 5-yard line or so into the end zone. So kid has got a leg and plenty more high school football ahead of him.
So 1st down and 10 for the Warriors from their own 20-yard line. I'd don't recall, have the Warriors even gotten a first down on the evening yet? And a little trickery here. The handoff is going to go to Grimm. He's going to be tripped up as he gets across the 20-yard line there by Brandon Totten.
Andy, I don't believe they have.
It's going to be a gain of 2 on the play.
And so far, you hate to say it, but a gain of 2 against this Bulldogs defense is going in the W column.
So 2nd down and 8 now for the Warriors. Taylor will fake the handoff and now swing it out to Cressy. Cressy's going to break a tackle and get out across to about the 24, maybe the 25-yard line. Nick Cressy on the catch for the Warriors.
Yeah, I tell you.
It's actually going to be a gain of 1.
Hey, there we go. Going in the right direction.
So it'll be 3rd down and 7 now. So the Warriors lining up, still 8 seconds on the play clock. Now down to 5. Taylor will take the snap and fake the handoff, and a penalty or a whistle will stop play, and it's going to be a false start against the Warren Warriors. So back them up 5 yards and make it 3rd down and 12.
.5:23 to go. Still in the first half.
And it'll be 3rd down and 12 back at the 18-yard line. They have to get out to the 30 for a first down. And so Taylor will take the handoff, or take the ball and hand the ball off to Bowers. He's going to barrel his way forward and out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. He got 9 yards on the play, and he's still 3 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, and that's the most successful offensive play of the night. And you know, this first half ticking down, you'd have to expect most likely the last time they're going to see the first string defense.
And the pass is going to go out, intended for Fairbanks, and it's in and out of his hands on 4th down and 3, and the Warren Warriors will turn the football over on downs now with 4:41 to go here in the first half.
Matter of fact, I would say, Andy, that some of those first stringers already out. 61 on the sideline. Luke Farrell. Enjoying himself a nice big hefty halftime lead. And for the Warren Warriors, Andy, I'm sure at this point nothing more they'd like to do than probably get a little breather in the locker room after a long first half.
So 1st and 10 from the Warren 29-yard line. The handoff is going to go right up the middle. Fumbles the football, and that's the orange beanbag, not the. And the football is loose, and I think it was recovered by the Warriors.
Yeah, it sure was. That was Landon Fairbanks that came out of there with it, I believe.
The handoff was to Armentrout, and he coughed up the football, and a turnover for the Warriors.
Yeah, either Fairbanks, maybe Petty. They were both in the area that ball squirted out. And, well, the Warren Warriors, another offensive possession. However, Andy, they've yet to get much going on this side of the ball tonight.
But the first time they've stopped the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs from scoring.
This is true.
And the handoff is going to go to Bowers, and he's going to get out to the 20-yard line. So it's only going to be a gain of about 2, maybe 3. They're going to mark it at the 21. So give Bowers 3 yards on the carry. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7 as we approach the 4-minute mark of this first half. Again, stick around tonight. Halftime, we'll have the Tonight in Ohio High School football halftime show, recap the scoring, take a look at some highly unofficial statistics.
Yes, very much so. And I got to tell you, most of them, most of the crooked numbers are going to be those put up by the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs.
Taylor back to throw, and he's going to be brought down from behind there by big number 65.
Yeah, I was.
Nick Toole.
Nick Toole, there
65. Who is not on this roster, but he's over here on this sheet. So, because he's up there, 35 or 65. Nick Toole.
35, 65, the offensive, defensive number, I guess.
Well,
or just the
linebacker / running back tight end number or whatever. So now Bowers will get the handoff, and he's going to barrel his way forward out across the 25, or across the 15 to about the 17-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down and about 9. And
a couple of good hard runs for Bowers as second half winds down. Not a whole lot else positive to make when you're up against the defense this good. Easily probably the best defensive unit I would say they've seen this year.
Burns back to kick the football away, and a fair catch is going to be called for and made at the 39-yard line by Bo Wisecarver.
Well, I say easily, but I suppose it would either be between the Bulldogs here. Fort Fry Cadets, of course, good defense. I will say this, the speed of the secondary here for the Bulldogs has been very impressive. That pick 6 in the first quarter, nearly said first half, but we are still here for 2 minutes and 27 seconds.
And a swing out pass to Wisecarver, and he's got some running room, and he's going to scoot his way down the sideline inside the 20 down to about the 16-yard line. And a nice catch there by Wisecarver.
Big play.
And
highly unofficial statistics upcoming, as you can imagine. Like the preview. That tell you, this offense is something else.
The handoff fakes the handoff, and Benedict is going to throw over the middle, and it's going to be in and out of the hands of a Warren Warrior defender. That was Grimm that almost come up with it, but couldn't hang on to the football. Clock will stop with 1 minute and 46 seconds to go in the first half. Again, 46-0 in favor of the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs as we wind down this first half.
Impressive first half of football, that's for sure.
Benedict from the shotgun, and he's going to pitch it, and it is going to be the running back in Armentrout. He's going to get inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
Not really taking a whole lot of time off the clock, are the Bulldogs,
No,
even
they
with this
are
huge lead.
And now we have a whistle and a stoppage of play and an offsides penalty against the Warren Warriors. So move it down 5 yards to about the 9.
Not that they need the help.
And it'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Well, Bloom-Carroll a chance to crack 50 before the break.
And it's 3rd down and 4 from the 9-yard line as we approach the 1 minute mark here in the first half. Benedict will hand the ball off and trying to push forward near the first down marker. He's not going to get there. There's Armentrout. He's going to be stopped at about the 7-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and a short 2. And now a whistle and a timeout is going to be called by the Warren Warriors with 42 seconds left in the half. We'll take it with them. It's Bloom-Carroll 46, Warren nothing. You're listening to high school playoff football on ESPN Radio.
Looking to locate a business in the Mid-Ohio Valley? It seems there's a lot of that going around me. And at Wetz Companies, we can simplify the process. For 80 years, the Wetz Companies have been a local family-owned business specializing in third-party logistics. Wetz has buildings and land for development, including 480 acres with river and rail access. They offer building solutions that cater to oil and gas industries, bulk commodities, river terminal, and warehouse distribution. Visit WetzCompanies.com to learn more or to make an inquiry. Wetz, for more than 8 decades, offering trusted business solutions.
Not all cabinets are created equal. With Rouse cabinets, you get a better value with expert craftsmanship at an affordable price. This isn't particle board you'll see in the big box stores. This is true quality custom cabinetry for your kitchen, bathroom, home office, living room, and much more at competitive prices, fully installed. Better value, better cabinets. Rouse Cabinets, State Route 550 in Fleming. Call for a free estimate, 678-2211. Online at RAUCHSCabinetsLLC.com.
So out of the timeout, Bloom-Carroll will line up for another field goal attempt. This one will be from 25 yards out, and the kick is up, and the kick is good as well. So 38 seconds remaining in the first half, and it's now Bloom-Carroll 49 and Warren nothing. We'll keep it right here as we'll get set to kick this one off. And
yeah, just a play or two away now from the halftime break. Touchdowns in bunches tonight for the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs. I don't think it's too early to say they are punching their ticket into the next round, as after the break, as you know, we'll be in a running clock scenario. And Andy, I'd have a feeling that the second half might be a pretty quick one in terms of actual time. And wow, breeze coming in now is certainly took a dive in temperature.
Did not check to see what the temperature was at kickoff. Currently 55 degrees, so it's kind of been hanging around that 55, 56, 57 degree all night. The breeze just makes it feel a lot cooler, and a little squib kick is going to bounce and be
Keep
touched.
going.
Keep going and be touched. Clear back, and then Cressy's going to pick it up back at the 2-yard line.
Oh, boy. Well, the most effective squib kick I've ever seen.
So the Warriors will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line with 35 seconds left in the half. And I'm not sure what they intend to do here.
Almost imagine they may just
Taylor's in the shotgun with 2 receivers out to the right, and he's going to take the snap and hand the ball off to Bowers. He's going to get forward back to the original line of scrimmage, and that is probably going to be the final play of the first half unless the Warriors hurry up and run one here. There's 18 seconds left in the half, and they don't have to run another play here. They may or may not. I'm not sure. Clock is down to 10. Doesn't look like they're going to now, so that will be the end of the first half of football here from Bloom-Carroll High School. And at the intermission, it's the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs 49 and the Warren Warriors nothing. We'll be back with our halftime festivities. You're listening to Warren Warrior Playoff Football on ESPN Radio.
There's always a handy app on your phone for weather, directions, and typically you can ask Siri anything. But the Ohio Valley Cab and Delivery Service app offers added convenience. After you register, at the touch of a button, you can get traditional cab service, mail and grocery runs, and special deliveries. And it's not a drone, it's a real person in a real car driving you safely over the river and, well, you know, wherever you need to go. 740-374-TAXI, and now with the Ohio Valley Cab app.
Do you have a long to-do list and a short amount of time to deal with insurance coverage? Let the multitasker's best friend, your local Grange independent agent, use their expertise to save you money.
At Bloom-Carrol Walters, your Grange independent agent, we're specialists at comparing insurance fees and rates for business.
On the
Dustin Becker at
far side of the concession
Yep, far
stand.
side of the concession.
Or visit one of our offices at 5th Street in Beverly or 2nd Street in Marietta.
Products not available in all states.
The Esmond Shade Series is back at Marietta College. Don't miss the brilliant and powerful singer-songwriter and musician Amethyst Key on Sunday, November 14th at 3 p.m. in the Dyson Botto Recreation Center. To ensure everyone's health and safety, the college requires all audience members to properly wear face masks and proof of COVID-19 vaccination for anyone inside the venue. Like all Esmond Shade performances, the Amethyst Key concert is free and open to the public. Doors open 45 minutes prior to the concert, and vaccination cards will be checked prior to admittance.
The chances of making 2 consecutive holes in one is nearly impossible. The odds are 65 million to 1, so there is a chance. In 1971 in Norwich, England, John Hudson accomplished this feat with aces at the 11th and 12th holes. The 11th was 195 yards, and the 12th a whopping 311 yards. An interesting golf fact from your friends at Lakeside Golf Course. Please call ahead for your tee time at 740-984-4265. Lakeside Golf Course, State Route 60 in Beverly.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. The best sports program in the country by the National Association of State Radio Networks. Tonight in High School Football is presented by Beck's Hybrids and by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Now here's your host, Skip Mossick.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tonight in High School Football's halftime report. Hall of Fame coach John Cooper spent 12 seasons as head coach at Ohio State, where he recruited some of the best high school talent here in Ohio and beyond. How has the high school game changed through the years? We'll talk about it with Coach Cooper next on the Ohio News Network.
I'm Scott Demaro, president of the Ohio Education Association. I'm proud to bring you tonight's game on behalf of OEA's 123,000 members. We teach in the public schools and state universities. We drive your kids to school, serve them lunch, and keep our schools clean and safe. We also coach the teams on the field. We're committed to making sure every student has the opportunity to experience the joy of learning and to succeed, regardless of where they live or their family's income. We believe in great public schools for all students.
Farmers at heart. At Beck's, that's who we are. For over 100 years, the Beck family has lived and farmed in central Indiana. Today, we're proud to serve a dedicated community of farmers in Ohio. To us, helping farmers succeed means so much more than just being a great seed supply. Our family of employees and dealers are committed to helping farmers seek new challenges, push boundaries, and innovate in an ever-changing industry. That's what makes Beck's different. We love what we do. We are and will remain farmers at heart.
Chances are the last place someone would think of visiting when they have a snoring problem is the dentist. Things are a whole lot different at Fry Dental Group. Whereas it used to be a trip to the dentist was to get your teeth cleaned or make a bad tooth feel better. But with advanced dentistry, you'll find more solutions than you might think. At Fry Dental Group, they can provide an appliance that helps stop or reduce snoring episodes for sleep apnea patients. Find out more by scheduling a consultation with Dr. Brett Fry, Dr. Elena Perry, or Dr. Derek Howe. Fry Dental Group, 1309 Green Street, Marietta, and at FryDental.com.
As Staley Countryside Meat Company, we approach each processing order with individual care and attention. We take special pride in our work to make sure you are satisfied with the meat product that ends up on your kitchen table. Call Staley Countryside Meat Company today at 740-989-2076 to schedule your meat processing needs. We also do our best to accommodate special requests from cutting to wrapping. Staley Countryside Meat Company, we're a cut above the rest.
The darndest thing happens when good folks get cooped up at home. It makes the phone ring at Honest Fred's Flooring. Go figure. It's probably just a coincidence, but we have a hunch. The more you hang out in a space, the more you think how much nicer it would look if you would have invested in new flooring. Boom. That's when the phone rings. And if you call,
We'll answer.
Take a small drive to big savings. HonestBread.com.
Apple Tree Assisted Living in Barlow and Beverly offers real comfort for older adults. Apple Tree Assisted Living has cozy surroundings with only 15 people living in each home. It allows older adults to truly feel at home. Whether it's relaxing by the fireplace with a warm cup of tea or enjoying a favorite entree, you'll feel the Apple Tree difference. A comfortable home with a caring staff, great food, and a neighborhood setting. At Apple Tree Assisted Living, you'll feel special. Apple Tree Assisted Living in Barlow and Beverly, we do senior living right.
This is Tonight in High School Football on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Skip Mossick.
We are presented by Beck's Hybrids. At Beck's, they are and will remain farmers at heart. And welcome back, everyone. Halftime of your game broadcast. We're joined at halftime this evening by former Ohio State head coach, Hall of Famer John Cooper. And, Coach, thanks for joining us. When you came here in 1988, what all did you know about high school football in Ohio? And did you recruit the state prior to coming here?
I'd heard how good high school football was. I had never been in here recruiting. I coached on the West Coast for 7 years, and that's a long way to come. And at that time, a lot of people weren't recruiting nationwide. Most of the colleges were recruiting primarily in their home state or the connecting states. I knew that there was some good high school football because Ohio State was good, so I knew it was good, but I had never been in here recruiting.
Well, obviously, you got a lot of good ones from Ohio once you arrived here. I know you can't rank them, but do any of them stand out, even just the top one or two?
Joey Galloway.
That's one.
How about Orlando Pace?
That's two.
Kirk Herbstreit. A lot of people don't realize Herbie was a good high school football player.
Yes, he was.
Bobby Hoying. There was a lot of really good, solid high school football. There wasn't enough. When I came here, I think you and I have talked about this, we did not have great talent. And I told my coaching staff, we got to start in Columbus and don't overlook an Ohio State player. That's one thing you can't do. And we didn't get them all. We lost some very good high school football players here, but we started expanding our recruiting and going nationwide, and of course it paid off for us.
You were probably one of the first to expand and spread out nationally. Why wasn't that done a whole lot prior? I mean, was there travel logistics and whatnot back in the day as far as just getting kids in here just to come to a game?
Yeah, I think that was part of it. The other thing is, transportation was a problem. Not knowing a lot of the high school coaches around the country was a problem. The main problem, though, would be notoriety. People didn't know about. Nationwide, people didn't know about Ohio State.
Coach, I know you're proud of all of your players. One of the ones you got from Columbus has gone on to bigger and better things in the coaching ranks. What's it like to see Luke Fickle having the coaching success he's enjoying down at Cincinnati?
I'll tell you what it's like. If his team is on TV, John Cooper watches Cincinnati. They may be another great game around the country. Alabama, Oklahoma, some of those other teams might be playing. I watch Cincinnati. Real proud of Luke. He's done a great job. I'm not surprised, and I'm proud to tell you, we kept him here as a grad assistant and then helped him leave here and go to Akron, I think, where he left here and coached up there. And, of course, he came back here under Coach Russell. The rest is history. He's going to have a really tough decision to make for him. Not for me, but he's going to be, a lot of people are going to be calling him and knocking on his door. I promise you that.
Could you tell, even when he was done playing, that he said he wanted to get into coaching, that he would have the type of success he's having now?
Well, I'd lie to you if I told you he'd go to Cincinnati and be the second best team in the country. But I knew he would be successful whatever he did. He's a hard worker, extremely hard-working young man. Great student, graduated here in 4 years, and just did a great job. Yeah, one of those guys, as you know, is also a great wrestler.
Oh, yes.
He's
state champion.
Undefeated state champion. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he pinned almost everybody he wrestled. But I'm not surprised with the overall success he's having.
Coach, last thing, I know you still follow and attend high school games locally. What's the biggest thing you've seen evolve at the high school level over the years?
I think one reason is because Ohio State has been really good, and a lot of these high school coaches come over and watch the Buckeyes. They go through spring practice with them, they sit in on meetings. Most of these high school teams now are running the spread offense. They're running basically the same offense that you're seeing in college. Alabama, Clemson, Oklahoma, Ohio State. Everybody now is running a spread. You better have athletes to do that, and that's why the high school football in Ohio is better now than I think it's ever been because of that. You spread them out, you can play more people. You got people that can run, you got people that can throw the catch the ball. The thing I don't like is a lot of these high schools now, you only play one sport. You don't play, when I came out, you played football, baseball, basketball. I'd rather see a high school player play multi-sports rather than concentrate on one sport.
Hall of Famer, former Ohio State coach John Cooper, thanks for joining us, okay?
Yeah, thanks a lot.
And we'll be right back on the Ohio News Network.
Bex recognizes this week's player with heart, KP DeLarbert from Tenora High School, for his commitment and passion on the field and within the farming community.
I've been playing with the same group of kids since we were real little, playing and playing football. So, just about everything about the team and how we have such a great camaraderie and connection.
KP's big into football and baseball, as well as his church youth group. But on the farm, he really shines. He's been in 4-H the past 8 years and shows animals at the county fair. They've got goats, rabbits, and steers, and they actually raise goats to breed and sell to the local 4-H kids.
That's always a good thing, too. It's always pretty cool to watch him grow. It means a lot, honestly, to me, and not just me, but our whole family. I mean, my mom grew up on a farm. It's just been part of the family, and it's more or less like a tradition thing.
At Bex, we are and will remain farmers at heart.
The Esmond Shade Series is back at Marietta College. Don't miss the brilliant, powerful singer-songwriter and musician Amethyst Key on Sunday, November 14th at 3 p.m. in the Dyson Botto Recreation Center. To ensure everyone's health and safety, the college requires all audience members to properly wear face masks and proof of COVID-19 vaccination for anyone inside the venue. Like all Esmond Shade performances, the Amethyst Key concert is free and open to the public. Doors open 45 minutes prior to the concert, and vaccination cards will be checked prior to admittance.
Looking to locate a business in the Mid-Ohio Valley? It seems there's a lot of that going around. At Wetz Companies, we can simplify the process. For 80 years, the Wetz Companies have been a local family-owned business specializing in third-party logistics. Wetz has buildings and land for development, including 480 acres with river and rail access. They offer building solutions that cater to oil and gas industries, bulk commodities, river terminal, and warehouse distribution. Visit WetzCompanies.com to learn more or to make an inquiry. Wetz, for more than 8 decades, offering trusted business solutions. The Hickory Grove Country Market is more than meets the eye. On the outside, it appears to be your typical gas station, selling all grades of gasoline, including diesel. But step inside and you'll find a convenience store, full grocery store, and a deli and pizza counter. Now Hickory Grove features all regular fresh cuts of meat from Staley Countryside Meat Company. So whether you need to fill up at the pump, to grab a quick meal, or to stock the kitchen pantry, stop into Hickory Grove Country Market, located on 339 in Vincent.
The Fry Dental Group offers C-Rack technology, a state-of-the-art process that makes crowns, onlays, and inlays out of solid porcelain in about 10 to 12 minutes. No second appointment, no impressions or temporaries, and the cost is less than conventional crowns. Dr. Brett Fry, Dr. Elena Perry, and Dr. Derek Howe, specializing in comfortable family dentistry, teeth whitening, lumineers, and cosmetic improvements. The Fry Dental Group, a Delta Dental, PPO, and Premier Network provider offering 20 to 25% savings to participants. Call 740-374-0123.
This is ONN.
Discover when video games become gambling at ChangeTheGameOhio.org. This message is brought to you by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Our thanks once again to John Cooper for joining us tonight. Enjoy the second half of your ball game. I'm Skip Mossick on the Ohio News Network.
This has been the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football, presented by Lakeside Links and by Ohio for Responsible Gambling from the Ohio News Network.
Apple Tree Assisted Living in Barlow and Beverly offers real comfort for older adults. Apple Tree Assisted Living has cozy surroundings with only 15 people living in each home. It allows older adults to truly feel at home. Whether it's relaxing by the fireplace with a warm cup of tea or enjoying a favorite entree, you'll feel the Apple Tree difference. A comfortable home with a caring staff, great food, and a neighborhood setting. At Apple Tree Assisted Living, you'll feel special. Apple Tree Assisted Living in Barlow and Beverly, we do senior living right. At Staley Countryside Meat Company, we approach each processing order with individual care and attention. We take special pride in our work to make sure you are satisfied with the meat product that ends up on your kitchen table. Call Staley Countryside Meat Company today at 740-989-2076 to schedule your meat processing needs. We also do our best to accommodate special requests from cutting to wrapping. Staley Countryside Meat Company, we're a cut above the rest.
Sometimes a little change can make a world of difference. Hi, this is Mike Miller of Honest Fred's Flooring, and I believe that today is a pretty darn good day to open the door to new ideas on flooring. You can always put it off until tomorrow, but that's like saying you're going to stop procrastinating starting tomorrow. Let's do it today. Find us in Marietta, Parkersburg, and Spencer.
Take a small drive to big savings. HonestFreds.com.
There's always a handy app on your phone for weather, directions, and typically you can ask Siri anything. But the Ohio Valley Cab and Delivery Service app offers added convenience. After you register, at the touch of a button, you can get traditional cab service, mail and grocery runs, and special deliveries. And it's not a drone, it's a real person in a real car driving you safely over the river and, well, you know, wherever you need to go. 740-374-TAXI, and now with the Ohio Valley Cab app.
And we welcome you back to Bloom-Carrol High School. Andy Rex along with Shawn Jones. Halftime entertainment provided by both marching bands on a rainy Friday evening. Looks like it's kind of let up a little bit, or at least went from something to a heavy mist back to a heavy mist, but it has not stopped raining all night.
No, the precipitation continues, and it's certainly gotten a whole lot chillier once you step outside of the press box, so I've learned. And wow, what a first half by the Bulldogs. Taking a look back at their scoring, it took them only a couple of minutes to get started. Chase Plants, a 2-yard plunge into the end zone, would make it 6-0. Trayton McKee hit the first of his many PAT attempts to make it 7-zip Bulldogs. Brennan Dons at 10-yard reception from quarterback KJ Benedict, and the ensuing PAT made it 14-0 at the 7:27 mark of quarter number one. 3:50 mark of quarter one, Dylan Armentrout, a 5-yard touchdown run. McKee kick made it 21-0. They weren't done. 2:39 mark of the quarter. KJ Benedict would keep it himself, run it in from 38 yards. McKee's kick made it 28-0. Brandon Totten's pick six to the end zone 70 seconds exactly later made it 34-0. That kick was blocked. A safety to begin the second quarter left the score at 36-zip. Plants would score in a 1-yard touchdown run a minute and a half later, make it 43-0 after the McKee kick. McKee then would tack on the final 6 points of the quarter via field goals at the 6:56 and 38-second mark. That's where we stand, 49-0 at the half in favor of the hosting Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs, and certainly punching their ticket to move on in the playoffs. A lot of football happening tomorrow. Looks like, what is it, D1 through D4 on Friday, it looks like, and then D5, 6, 7 Saturday.
Yes.
A lot of the schools in our region, of course, going to be in action tomorrow. Waterford hosting Conotton Valley. Waterford, didn't see what seed they ended up with. I assume they're somewhere in the 4 to 6
They
region
ended up with
range?
6.
6, okay. So hosting in Waterford, good to see for the Cats. Caldwell hosting Frontier. That's, I think, the 8-9 matchup.
That is an 8-9 matchup.
That's going to be a fun one. I think that's a tough Caldwell team that can put up a lot of points on the Cougars if they are not careful. And then, of course, you have, looking down the list a bit, River, Monroe Central. River, a team that Warren was able to get a win against earlier in the season. They'll play Monroe Central, who is a dangerous team. Talk about a rivalry game as well.
Yeah, I mean, they played, I think, in week 8 or week 9, and now they're going to play again in the first round of the playoffs. So that is certainly, as you look at that is, plus they're in the same league.
Right.
So, I mean, not only is it a rivalry matchup of two schools in the same county, that they play in the same league, and there's not any love lost between those two schools.
No, and you get some really fun matchups with the expanded playoffs, and thankfully we've got a few tomorrow on the radio. Tonight it is all Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs, Andy. They are up big 49-0 on the Warren Warriors. World Series underway. You got better believe that I'm paying attention out of, one eye.
I believe that's no score in the second inning, or are we still in the bottom of the first? And
they're in the bottom of the first in Atlanta currently.
Still no score in that one. So, but 49-0 here in favor of the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs. We'll take a timeout and come back with the second half kickoff. You're listening to Warren Warrior Playoff Football on ESPN Radio.
The Esmond Shade Series is back at Marietta College. Don't miss the brilliant and powerful singer-songwriter and musician Amethyst Key on Sunday, November 14th at 3 p.m. in the Dyson Botto Recreation Center. To ensure everyone's health and safety, the college requires all audience members to properly wear face masks and proof of COVID-19 vaccination for anyone inside the venue. Like all Esmond Shade performances, the Amethyst Key concert is free and open to the public. Doors open 45 minutes prior to the concert, and vaccination cards will be checked prior to admittance.
Hi, it's Robin from the Citizens Bank Company. There are many ways to save money at the bank. If you are 55 years of age or older, take advantage of no minimum balance and no monthly maintenance fees on our Prestige 55 checking account. You will get your first 2 boxes of checks for free. We are here for what matters. For over 150 years, we have been providing first-class service on a first-name basis. Stop by and visit us at any of our 5 convenient locations, or for more information, visit us online at thecitizens.com. See you soon. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we welcome you back to Bloom-Carroll High School. Andy Rex along with Shawn Jones, both teams out on the field for their second half warm-ups here. And as we get set to start this second half, obviously you've talked at some length in some of the last few games of the season, Shawn, about for the Warren Warriors, it's win or learn. And this is another step in the learning process.
Yeah, this is a big learning night for the Warren Warriors. I think easy. It can be easy, I think, to get yourself down when you're on the wrong side of a thumping like this. But long term, and let's be realistic here. We knew coming into this a 1-16 matchup that, Bloom-Carroll is going to be a tough opponent. They're going to be heavily favored in this. They're 10-0 for a reason. And for a young team like Warren, who, with a young quarterback, a lot of young skill players, you're getting an up-close and personal look at where you want your program to be, hopefully in the coming years. And these kids are going to be playing some big downs. They have played some big downs in the past few weeks, maybe, that generally aren't reserved for sophomores, freshmen, things like that. But their talent has got them there in the starting job for a reason. And, it's one of those things where I think there's a lot of positives to take from things like this. If you don't let the negatives kind of cloud the view. Young Warren team certainly has shown some flashes, and I got to say, I really like the youngsters. Owen Thompson on the defensive line, I really feel like he's came alive in the past, half the season, and really made some nice plays. Played bigger than maybe his size at times, I think, and same with the 2 youngsters in the secondary, Cressy, Fairbanks, both of them played pretty well this year. Tough test when you're facing a passing attack like this defensively.
Certainly, no doubt. Let's kind of scan through and take a look at some other scores that there are games that are going on tonight. Cambridge Bobcats down to Carrollton in the third quarter, 23-14. Meadowbrook on top of Vinton County, 42-14 in the third quarter. John Glenn leading Union Local, 28-7 in the third quarter. Also in the playoffs in the state of Ohio, Indian Valley leading Philo, 24-6. And then some other scores, regular season scores out of the state of West Virginia. Williamstown leading Doddridge County 13-0 at halftime. George Washington on top of Parkersburg 21-10 in the second quarter. East Hardy leading St. Mary's 6-0 in the second quarter. Ripley leading Point Pleasant 35-0 in the first quarter. Wheeling Park on top of Parkersburg South 14-13 at halftime, and the kickoff will go into the end zone to start the second half of play. Ritchie County leading Gilmer 22-7 at halftime as well. Some of the other scores going on around our area.
Of course, once the Warriors snap this one.
Actually, once they blow the ball in play, the clock will start.
Ah, I see, even sooner. I like it.
So it'll be first down and 10. And Taylor will take the handoff and give to Bowers, and he'll get a yard or two, and that'll be it. So a gain of 2 on the play for Bowers will bring up second down and 8.
Nice facilities here at Bloom-Carrol.
And the pitch will go back to Bowers. He's going to look to turn the corner and then try to cut back, and he's going to run into a bunch of Bulldogs right there back inside the 20, back at about the 19-yard line. So he's going to gain 2 on first down and lose 3 on second down.
Yeah, and some fresh jerseys out there showing you some of the depth that they have here in this program.
So it'll be third down and 11 now, back at the 19-yard line. And Taylor in the shotgun once again. Sends a man in motion, and he's back to throw and looking, and he's going to swing it out, and Bowers is going to catch it, and he's going to break a couple of tackles and get out near the 30-yard line, but he's going to be about 3 yards short of the first down.
Couldn't quite come up with the first Warriors first down of the evening. It's been tough sledding against these Bulldogs. They have just been dominant defensively.
And so it'll be fourth down and 3 from the 27-yard line. And, you know, at this point, why not? Just go for it.
Exactly. You have nothing else to lose.
What is it? Go for it, Roy.
Leave it all on the field. Have some fun with it, like I mentioned early in this game.
Taylor back to throw, throws over the middle. It's caught by Petty, and it's a first down. And a big play out to the midfield stripe as a catch and run for Dennis Petty.
There's a first down, and really the best play so far of the night offensively for the Warriors. Glad to see a reception fall into the hands of the big senior. He's had himself a fine senior season, the captain of this team as well. And
Petty leading the team in receiving on the year 20 coming into the game. 24 catches for 251 yards. You got about 23 more on that one. Now the handoff is going to go to Bowers. He's got some running room. Bowers inside the 40, scooting down the sideline. Bowers going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 20-yard line.
Nice run by Taylor Bowers.
And back-to-back first downs for the Warren Warriors. And now they're in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Bowers was Williams' cohort in the backfield for most of the season, and of course until Williams unable to go after the second play from scrimmage of that Tigers game last week.
First down and 10, and the handoff will go to Bowers once again. He's going to scoot through the middle and get inside the 15 down to about the 13-yard line.
Best drive of the night, best scoring opportunity for these young Warriors. And
I think the first time they've been in Bloom-Carroll territory all night.
That I can almost assure you of.
So it's 2nd down and 5 from the 13-yard line, and the handoff will go to Bowers once again. He's going to barrel his way forward, get down to near the 10-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd down and about 2 for the Warriors.
I want to see him get off the schneid here, as last week, of course, shut out by Marietta.
Taylor will give to Bowers. He's going to get near the 10-yard line, which is going to be close to the 1st down marker. They're going to say he's a little bit short. They're going to say he needs about another yard. They need to get to the 9 for the 1st down, and it'll be 4th down and 1 here for the Warren Warriors.
Nearly half of the quarter almost gone as well, and got a person with a air horn trying to join the broadcast.
So 4th down and 1 here for the Warriors from the Bloom-Carrol 11-yard line. The handoff is going to go to Bowers. He's going to push his way forward, and he's going to get the 1st down, I do believe.
Saw him lean the ball forward out over his body and out over a
Nope. He was short. Wow. He had to get to the 9. He actually had to get to the 9-yard line, I think, and they only give him the 10, and so a turnover on downs.
One of the handful of things that are going to stop the clock here is we are 10 seconds away from the official halfway mark of quarter number 3.
Clock does stop on a change of possession, so. And then rolls back in play as soon as the ball is spotted ready for play. So 1st down and 10 for the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs. New quarterback in is Ethan Thantanavong. Thantanavong. Thantanavong.
Got it, Rex. First try even.
It's purely a guess, and I didn't see who he handed the ball off to.
Number 16, A.J. Moore.
A.J. Moore on the carry.
Also, happy birthday. PA announcer likes to make sure everyone in attendance knows it's his birthday.
Hey, and it's the boss man's birthday. Johnny Worth's birthday today.
How about that? Happy birthday to him.
So A.J. Moore with another carry, and it's out to the 15-yard line. It'll bring up actually out to the 20-yard line, enough for a 1st down, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. As the clock is running with 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. 49-0 your score. And the handoff will go to Moore once again, and he's going to scoot through the line and out across, and a ball is loose. It comes loose, and it is going to be recovered by the Warren Warriors.
Well, how about that? A couple of turnovers now, one on downs and another on the fumble.
That's Bloom-Carroll's 2nd turnover of the night.
It's actually the second time the Warriors have managed to pick up a loose one defensively. So a couple of the small things there, the silver linings of this one for the Warriors. And, I was talking to Kyle also at halftime. Big thanks to Kyle for doing the camera work tonight. And the defensive line, for the Warren Warriors has made it as hard as I think they were going to be able to on the running game tonight. Early on in this one when things weren't quite so lopsided on the scoreboard. A lot of good effort out there from those guys up front. And wow.
Taylor back to throw, flush from the pocket, and he's going to be barreled from behind there. Owen Smith, Dalen Miller, and on the sack all the way back to the 40-yard line. So it'll bring up 2nd down and about 17 to go. Back at the 40-yard line. or stick around following our game, we will send you off to Atlanta, Georgia tonight for Game 3 of the World Series between the Braves and the Houston Astros. Bottom half of the second inning in that one, no score still. And
you can imagine my excitement when Jorge Soler took one out of the ballpark to lead off the World Series the other night.
Third down and 15 now for the Warriors. Ball is at the Bloom-Carrol 37-yard line. Taylor will send a man in motion. He's back to throw and throws over the middle, throwing long for the end zone. It is going to be tipped around and incomplete as that ball hung up in the air just a little bit, and it almost looked like the Bloom-Carroll defender was about to be the intended receiver, and then a nice job by the Warriors to break the pass up and stop the interception.
Yeah, that was one of those where your wide receiver quickly turned into a defensive back. There were about 5 purple jerseys around that tip as well, so probably glad that it found the dirt. And, well, the Warriors here we're at 2 minutes left in quarter number 3, are facing another fourth down.
This one not 4th and 1, though. This one 4th and 15.
Mm-hmm.
And Taylor sends a man in motion, and we're going to have a false start by the Warriors. Saw 3 or 4 players move from both sides at about the same time, but a 5-yard penalty against the Warriors. Makes it 4th and 20. Ball is at the 42-yard line. The Warriors have to get to the 22-yard line for a first down. Taylor sends a man in motion. He's back to throw. He's in trouble. He's flushed in the pocket and looking around and still looking around. He's going to throw, and it's going to be, is it that going to be intercepted?
I don't believe so.
He did not.
Hard to tell from our angle. We're pretty low to the ground here at Carl Stadium, much lower angle-wise than what we're used to. Hard to see anything that's kind of by the hash marks on the sideline like that one was. Certainly in and out of his hands.
Although where he would have caught the ball on the original line of scrimmage was about the same thing. So it's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, and the handoff is going to go to Thanthanavong, or actually A.J. Moore, and he's going to get about 4 yards out to the 46-yard line as we are under 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And 20 seconds on the 40-second clock, 23 seconds on the game clock, so they will have to run a play here before the end of the third quarter. And they'll take it and hand the ball off to Moore once again. Moore's got some running room across midfield and into Warrior territory, and I think the ball came loose once again, and we'll see what happens here as it's recovered by the Warren Warriors once again, I do believe.
Yeah, I think I just saw the point. We're going to start off quarter number 4 with a change of possession.
So 3 quarters in the books here from Bloom-Carroll High School. It's the Bulldogs 49, the Warren Warriors nothing. You're listening to Warren Warrior Football on ESPN Radio.
Not all cabinets are created equal. With Rouse cabinets, you get a better value with expert craftsmanship at an affordable price. This isn't particle board you'll see in the big box stores. This is true quality custom cabinetry for your kitchen, bathroom, home office, living room, and much more at competitive prices, fully installed. Better value, better cabinets. Rouse cabinets. State Route 550 in Fleming. Call for a free estimate. 678-2211. Online at RAUCHSCabinetsLLC.com.
It's 360 degrees of perfection. Lakeside Golf Course is the best conditioned public course in the Mid-Ohio Valley, known for friendly service. Join a league or take a lesson from the golf pro at Lakeside Golf Course on State Route 60, just 1 mile south of Beverly. Call 984-4265, 984-4265. Flawless Lakeside Golf Course, 360 degrees of perfection. Online at lakesidegolfcourse.net.
And the fourth quarter will start with Taylor throwing it out to Fairbanks in the right flat, and he's going to get out across the midfield stripe into Bloom-Carroll territory down to the 49-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 7 yards on the pass and run from Taylor to Fairbanks. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 3 for the Warriors.
Nice little pass out to the side. Fairbanks' first reception of the evening.
2nd down and 3 from the 49-yard line, and the handoff is going to go to Bowers, and he's going to push forward near the first down marker. He's not quite going to get there. And it'll bring up 3rd down and short for the Warriors.
Rain increasing, I feel like, again, Andy, and it has been non-stop. I feel like we brought it with us.
I was driving through it the whole way here and probably going to the whole way home. The handoff is going to go to Bowers. He's going to push forward. He's going to get the 1st down. And so that'll move the chains and give Warren a 1st down at the Bloom-Carroll 45-yard line.
Couldn't have had a better view of that one, actually, from this.
That one actually is right in front of us.
Yeah, this lower elevation press box. If we were at Don Drum, Andy, I feel like we would be broadcasting from about the 8th row.
And Taylor fakes the handoff, and he's in a little trouble, and then he's going to lob it up, and it's going to be incomplete. Fairbanks was there, got his hands on it. So the incomplete pass will bring up 2nd down and 10.
We've got 10 minutes of actual running clock game time left in this one, and well, that'll put a wrap on a Warren Warrior season that, well, you know what? They'll look through the history books some decades from now, see a 3-8 record, and a P with an asterisk where they made the playoffs, and they will never know. All they will see is they made the playoffs. So one for the seniors, I feel like, a playoff trip, one last ride for those guys.
I mean, and it goes into the books as qualifying for the playoffs for 2 consecutive years.
That's right as well. 2 in a row next year. I would have to imagine that might be a little bit tougher to get back here.
And the pitch will go back to Bowers, and he's going to look to turn the corner, and he's going to have a little bit of running room inside the 45 down to about the 42-yard line. It's still going to be 4th down and about 7.
Rain picking up for the first point, Andy. I feel like I can actually hear it on the roof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're right. And so 4th down and 7 coming up here for the Warriors as we hit the 8-minute mark of the ball game. Again, 49-0 in favor of the Warriors, and the pass is thrown out to Petty, complete, and it's going to be enough for a 1st down for the Warriors.
Nice bullet to the big tight end. And again, would love to see the Warriors punch one in here to end the season. It was rough week last week in Marietta. Probably, arguably the best team they faced all year tonight.
1st down and 10 for the Warriors, and The handoff is going to go to Bowers on the little sweep to the left. He's going to get inside the 30 down to about the 26-yard line. As we get to the 7-minute mark of the ball game.
Boys, we should have brought the umbrellas.
As the rain continues to fall quite steadily. And the throw to Taylor to Petty is going to be incomplete. And I think this is the heaviest this rain has been all night long.
Yeah. Yeah, still doesn't feel like it's even reached a peak yet. So rain is followed us for 3 weeks, essentially.
As you look out the door of the press box, now you can really see it falling right against that light pole. So 3rd down and 4 for the Warriors, and Taylor's going to look to keep it, and he's going to be dropped in the back at about the original line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 4 now.
Boy, in a rain like this, I tell you what, Andy, I don't think it's going to be very manageable to make anything happen offensively. Stands still fairly full here on the home side.
It's 4th down and 4. Still 10 seconds left on the play clock. 5.5 to go in the ball game, and wet windows in front of us. Taylor back to throw. He's going to go over the middle. It's going to be caught and then dropped by the receiver Fairbanks, and Bloom-Carrol will take over on downs.
Yeah, I think I'm going to need to get a squeegee out here, Andy, and wipe these windows off in front of us.
Still no score in the World Series game between the Braves and the Astros. Headed to the top half of the 3rd inning. We'll get you there as soon as this one's done. Here on ESPN Radio.
Andy, I'm already there in my mind.
No scoring to recap here in the 2nd half, as the handoff will go up the middle, that time to Tyler. 44, Luke Roberts on the carry. He'll get about 4 yards out to the 30-yard line. Why don't you go ahead and recap the scoring once again here as we roll inside the 4.5-minute mark to go in the ball game.
And there was plenty of it. It might take all 4.5 minutes. 9:48 mark of quarter number 1. Chase plants a 2-yard touchdown run that made it 6-0. Trayton McKee would tack on the first of many extra points. A couple of minutes later, Brandon Dodds, a 10-yard reception from quarterback KJ Benedict, and a McKee extra point would make it 14-0. It would become 21-zip after a Dylan Armentrout 5-yard run at the 3:50 mark and a McKee kick. KJ Benedict decided to keep one and run it in himself from 38 yards out. About a minute and 11 seconds later, 28-zip at that point, following McKee's 4th consecutive PAT of the night. 1:29 mark of the first quarter, yet another Bulldogs score, a Brandon Totten interception, and took it back to the house 34-0 after McKee's kick was blocked on that one. We enter quarter number 2. Things started off with a safety, 36-zip after that. Plants a 2nd touchdown of the night, this one from only a yard out at the 9:25 mark of quarter 2. Made it 43-zip after another Plants extra, or McKee extra point, and then McKee would score the next 6 points via the strength of his foot from 2 field goals from around 28 yards apiece. And the Bulldogs, a very capable crew, as they're going to head into another week of the playoffs here at Carl Fell Stadium, and gotta love the atmosphere that they bring and the lighting system. Again, if you missed it earlier, go online, rewind, check it out. Plenty to celebrate for them in the first quarter. And I don't know, Andy, maybe they just ran the electric bill too high after all of those touchdowns. We'll have to get an explanation. But tell you what, the Bulldogs, keep an eye on them. Wouldn't be surprised. As Andy said, last year, just a win away
from a state championship appearance.
Mm-hmm.
They made it to the state semifinals where they lost. To double check to see who defeated them in that playoff game last year. Oh, they lost to Mentor Lake Catholic, 17-10 in the state semifinals last year. And now a timeout is going to be called by the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs with 1 minute and 50 seconds to go in the ball game. And actually, last year Bloom-Carroll entered the, well, I don't know what their seeding was. This is just their points ranking that didn't mean anything last year. So
that's right. Everyone essentially made it in last year.
Everyone
right?
made it in last year unless they decided to not opt into the playoffs, which there were a few teams that opted out of the playoffs last year. But I mean, a fine season last year for Bloom-Carroll, making it to the state semifinals. They look to take that next step into a state championship game this year, and they're starting off on the right note.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to imagine someone slowing down this juggernaut of an offense.
There are a couple of teams in this region that have the capability of doing it, and a big pass throwing way up there and incomplete, because still in this region, as you look at some of the top teams, there's St. Clairsville, there's John Glenn, there's Meadowbrook, who has a high-flying offense as well and a pretty good defense. I mean, they potentially could have a second-round matchup with John Glenn next week. I have to check scores on all of that, but they could potentially have a second-round matchup with John Glenn, who beat them in the regular season 35-7.
Right.
So you see things as we go here with just 1 minute and 10 to go in the ball game, and there is going to be a quarterback sack back inside the 40, and you're probably going to see one more. Oh, that was fourth down.
Yeah, how about that? Got to be honest, when the clock stopped there, I was a little surprised myself.
But it stops on a change of possession, so that is that. And Warren will take over 1st and 10 at the Bloom-Carroll 38 with just 1 minute and 4 left in the ball game. 49-0 your score here.
Couple more snaps here.
And that's going to do it. But Warren is first going to call a timeout. Again, 1 minute and 4 to go, 1 minute and 2 to go in the ball game now. So
Rain finding another gear.
If there was another gear for the Rain.
Yeah, it's trying. Hey, at least no streaks of lightning. I mean, that would pretty much end this one on the spot.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that would. Yeah, I don't think they would bother if there was a flash of lightning anywhere. They would say good night, everyone.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, good night. I said good night. It's been a fun one, I tell you what. This Bulldogs team, entertaining to watch.
And
KJ Benedict, real entertaining quarterback.
So 1st down and 10 for the Warriors at the 38-yard line. Taylor is back to throw, and he's going to throw one, launch one for the end zone. It's going to be dropped.
Oh.
Incomplete. Intended for Nick Cressy, and he was the only one there who had a chance to catch it.
And I thought he had it. Wow. Great effort by the goal line. That would have been a way to make that bus ride home a little happier. Why not give her another try here as we're
inside 30 seconds to go, and back to throw is Taylor, and he's going to throw one up for the end zone once again, and this one's going to be incomplete as well. And now Warren is going to call a timeout with 17 seconds to stop the clock to give him one more chance at it.
Yeah, why not? I guess if you've came all this way.
Well, actually, they still have they have one more timeout left, so they effectively have two more chances if they throw a couple more up here just to try and dent the scoreboard.
I suppose that's probably what they're going to do. Just, hey, you can't take the timeouts with you in the next season.
And, you know, the Warriors season's going to end at 3-8. And, you know, they had their ups and downs. And the schedule, of course, is tough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no doubt that they had some tough games on the schedule that you looked at and it's like, oh, okay, this is not going to be an easy game. And, I mean, some of those turned out pretty much the way you would think, but this Warrior team, again, very young, and they'll learn from all of this. It's 2nd down and 10 at the 38-yard line, or actually 3rd down. Taylor back to throw once again. He's going to look, and he's going to throw one there. It's going to be incomplete with 10 seconds to go, and now they are not going to run another play, so that is going to wrap things up here. Your final score tonight is Bloom-Carroll 49 and Warren nothing. And final thoughts on tonight's game, final thoughts on the season as a whole for the Warren Warriors, Shawn.
Well, I tell you what, despite what the record might have actually turned out to be at the end of it, I had a whole lot of fun with this team. We got to see Jason Williams emerge as one of the best young running backs in the Mid-Ohio Valley. His season was certainly fun to carry. Got a feel for Mr. Williams not being able to put on the pads tonight. You know, got a feel for all those Warren seniors who strapped on the pads one last time this evening. A lot of the guys up front, too. A lot of the big guys, a lot of offensive linemen are going to be graduating. So looking forward to next year. Those are where I think a lot of the question marks start for Coach Kimes, as he'll look to improve upon 3-8, but 3-8 with a playoff appearance. So the goal next year, obviously, make that number 3.
That would certainly be the case in that one. Again, thanks to Derek back in the studio for his help. Kyle Wenzel tonight on the camera. Thanks to Brett Worf all season, as he did our cameras work for most of the season as well. And Shawn, thank you for a good season.
It's been an excellent season.
It's been fun.
I've had a blast.
I mean,
and you can't take that away from me.
We wouldn't try to. So, again, thanks to you for listening and hanging out with us all season long here for Warren Warrior football here on ESPN Radio. Doesn't end the way that you would hope, but a season that was enjoyable.
Indeed, and until then, there's next year and a whole lot of potential that this Warren Warriors football team will be looking to crack further into, and I'm looking forward to seeing it in front of my, unfold in front of my very eyes.
Major League Baseball coming up, Game 3 of the World Series between the Braves and the Astros, bottom half of the 3rd inning. Still no score in that one. We'll send you to Atlanta in just a few moments.
Let's go Braves.
Thanks to Derek back in the studio, for my broadcast partner, Shawn Jones, for Kyle Wenzel manning the camera. Thanks to you for listening. Final score, final time tonight is Bloom-Carroll 49, Warren nothing. Good night, everyone.